Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to the Journeyman Sports Podcast. Today, got an exciting video for you guys. Hoping you guys enjoy this one. I'm going to be going through the March Madness bracket for this year. Excited about this. I don't know if any of you guys really watching followed much college basketball, but I think this is going to be a great tournament. I think there's a lot of opportunities for upsets across the board. And, that's what everyone is really rooting for. So, won't waste any more time. We'll get right into it. Starting in the southern region. This one's pretty easy. Go with Alabama. They've got probably the best player in the country with Brandon Miller. I'm going to pick Maryland to win this next one. Coming out of the Big Ten, they lost to IU in the Big Ten tournament, but I think this game is going to be very, very physical. Expect a lot of bumps and bruises to come out of that game. I'm going to go with my first upset here in this game. I think Charleston, their points per game and their in-conference record is really what does it for me. They didn't play in a great conference, but when you average 80 points a game, that shows that you can score. I'm going to pick Charleston for the first upset, and then Virginia to beat Furman as expected. Next, going to rock with Creighton and then Baylor to win those two games. And then as we get down to the bottom here, Missouri and Utah State is definitely an interesting matchup. I think the point differential for both these teams is not too bad. It's obviously better for Utah State. Utah State is ranked better overall, but with Missouri having that top 25 experience, I am going to roll with Missouri in this matchup, and I'm also going to pick Arizona. So now in the southern region, round of 32, got Alabama and Maryland, which to me, I don't think this game should be too close. Alabama is just on fire. We see how good their point differential is. Pretty good against the top 25. Good in their conference. Their BPI ranked number 3. This is going to be Alabama all day, every day. And then I'm going to pick Virginia as well. And that will set up that matchup in the Sweet 16. Baylor and Creighton is an interesting game. I think Creighton is a pretty underrated team. We see these teams are ranked very similarly. They stack up pretty similar. I am actually going to roll. I want to pick Creighton, but I am going to pick Baylor in this game, and then I'm going to pick Arizona as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 that made it. You won't see that happen, I'm sure, in every single one of these. But I'm going to pick Alabama and Arizona. And then I am, this is a tough one with these two teams. Two of the better teams in the country. Man, I think I'm gonna roll with Arizona with a bit of an upset there. And then I think Alabama is a little bit top heavy, and I don't know. Arizona, I've seen them play a couple times this year, and I really saw what I liked out of them. So we'll move over to the Midwest region of the bracket. Gonna pick Houston. They're number 1 seed. I think this is kind of a trap team. I don't think they're truly as good as the number 1 seed. I feel like a team like Texas or a team like UCLA was a little bit more deserving of a 1 seed than them, but that's neither here nor there. Going to pick Iowa to beat Auburn. And then this is another potential upset game here between Miami and Drake. Man, this is tough. I think I'm going to roll with Miami. I see a lot of people picking Drake in that game. This is probably one of the better games of the first round. Got my Indiana Hoosiers up against Kent State. And to me, I think IU is the better team. Kent State had a game against Gonzaga. If you guys know anything about college basketball, Drew Timme is still there. He had like 25 and 17. I think you can expect a pretty similar game At a trace, as long as IU doesn't turn the ball over, I think they win that game. I'm going to pick Iowa State and Xavier. And then this game is kind of interesting. Penn State is on a heater right now. They just made a big time run in the Big Ten tournament, and their ability to shoot the three ball is exactly why I'm going to pick Penn State. Bit of an upset there, and then Texas as well. So move back up to the round of 32. Got Houston and Iowa. I think this game could be a lot closer than most people think. Houston, these numbers look great, but I mean, you see the top 25, they only played 2 games. They play in a pretty weak conference. I could see Iowa getting upset here. The 3-point shots are falling. However, I do think Houston will win this game. And then I am going to pick IU over Miami as well. I think this is going to be another good game. I think IU just has more experience in the bigger games. IU is an experienced team as well. So going to pick Xavier and Iowa State is actually a pretty close game. I think they're ranked very similar. Both have good top 25 records. I like Iowa State's defense a lot. I am going to pick Xavier, though. And I'm also going to pick Texas. So yet again, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I did not fully expect to happen going into this. So with that being said, I think IU is going to get on a run, and I think they are going to win this game. And I think the Xavier Texas game is going to be very close. I'm not quite sure where exactly I would want to see as an IU fan. I'm not really sure who I would want to win this game. Man, Texas is really good. So is Xavier. I'm gonna pick Texas, and I'm gonna pick Texas to win that game as well. So we've got two seeds so far in the Final Four. Work our way down to the West region. Gonna pick Kansas. So Arkansas Illinois game is another really good 8-9 game. The top 25 record is not great for Arkansas. Conference is not great either. I am going to pick Illinois to win this game. Seen a lot of Illinois this year. I really like them. I'm going to pick VCU. I think, man, this is tough. St. Mary's is a good basketball team. I think VCU is going to give them a really good run. I am going to go with St. Mary's, though. I am going to go with UConn. This is going to be interesting because I really think if Arizona State wins their playing game, they can beat TCU. I am going to go with TCU ultimately. Kind of hard not really knowing who's going to win that playing game, but neither here nor there. Got Gonzaga winning that one. I'm going to pick Northwestern and then UCLA. Work our way back up here. Got Kansas winning that. I'm going to pick UConn. I am going to pick TCU with the upset here. A lot of my friends and family know I'm a notorious Gonzaga hater. I think they're in a weak conference. They don't play anyone all year. That's why they get these high seeds. They win their conference tournament all the time. I just think Gonzaga is heavy overrated. And then I'm also going to roll with UCLA as well. Gonna pick Kansas, gonna pick UCLA. And then this is a tough one to pick. I really like both these teams. 9-4 in the BP rankings, really good conference records. Man, I'm gonna pick Kansas. I think with Bill Self, they are the best team there. And then we move on to the last region, which is the East. I'm gonna pick Purdue, pick Memphis, rock with Duke, go with Tennessee. Kentucky and Providence. This is an interesting one. I don't think Kentucky is as good as their record says. Man, I'm going to pick Providence with an upset here. I'm going to pick that upset. Gonna go with Kansas State, go with Michigan State, and then Marquette. Work our way back up. Gonna pick Purdue. Gonna pick Duke. Go with Kansas State and Marquette. Now, this is where it gets interesting. To me, I think this could be one of the best games of the tournament. As a Duke fan, this provides a little bit of a revenge shot for us. Lost to Purdue in the Phil Knight Invitational. I think Purdue, I think they deserve the 1 seed. I think their resume has earned them that. But I think outside of Zach Edey, I don't think they really have the necessary tools to really make a deep tournament run if he has an off game. That being said, Duke has won. If they do win these 2 games here, that'll be 11 straight. I'm going to pick Duke to keep rolling. I'm going to pick Marquette. And then this, in my opinion, would probably be the best game of the tournament. I think these are two great ball clubs. Got Duke on a heater. Marquette has one of the most underrated point guards in the country, if you ask me. Dude is a beast. And man, this is going to be a hot take. I'm going to pick Duke. And then that sets up the Final Four. On the left side of the bracket, we'll have Arizona and Duke. On the right side, we will have Texas and Kansas. And I'm going to pick in the first game, got Duke and Arizona. I think this is a really good, really fun matchup here. I'm going to pick Duke to keep going. I'm also going to pick Kansas. We get a blue blood final championship game. And man, this is interesting. This is a tough game to pick. I think Kansas is really freaking good. I think they have more talent than Duke. I think they're also probably a little bit better coach, as much as I don't necessarily like Bill Self. I am going to pick Duke by a final score 69-65. So yeah, I've got Duke winning the national championship. I think this is definitely an interesting pick. I feel like a lot of people might get at me in the comments for this one, but this is, to me, a good pick. I really like Duke. They're on a heater. They're well coached. They have a good mix of young and old talent. I think Jeremy Roach, their point guard, one of the most underrated players in the country. Watch for Duke to make a deep push, I'm telling you right now. So, with that being said, that will do it for my March Madness bracket picks. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, who you guys have winning the tournament, who you're rooting for. Comment whatever you want. If you think I'm an idiot, if you think I did a good job. And yeah, make sure to keep tapping in with us. Go check out the mock draft we just posted yesterday as my time of recording and uploading this. Make sure to keep tapping in with us. We appreciate you guys as always. I'm Garrett, just one half of the show. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been the Journeyman Sports Podcast. As always, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.